Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? What are we gonna do for music today? We got a contest. Let's get some contest music. I'll go with this one. There we go. So how's everyone doing today? It's Friday. It's community challenge contest time. It's been a while. It's been about a month because we do these every month. And look, the beard's cleaned up too. I had to get all cleaned up for the show. So how's everyone doing today? Too late to enter? Yes, you are too late to enter. If you are asking how to enter, you are too late. The contest closes when we go live, and he's live right now. So yeah. So every month we do a community challenge. We got a different theme every month. We might start reusing some of the original themes, like show your printer setup in the next little while. Good haircut. Well, yeah. As you can see, the haircut's great. But this month's challenge is it's a small challenge, just an itty bitty little challenge. Because I wanted to see your small prints, and that's going to be the challenge today. But before we get to that, got a little bit of housekeeping. So first off, you see this Prusa? Yeah, it's a Mark III. No, it's not a Mark IV. What has anything exciting come out in the past little while? I think some exciting stuff has been announced. That's right, there's a new Ender coming out soon. Finish up the HDMI port. That sounds like fun. So, how this works, the contest, we have giveaways. Only Benji's merch, like this awesome hat, which you can buy. Link in the description, or type !! merch in chat. Also, we have Polymaker filament. However, even if you did not enter, that does not mean you could not win. Wait, if you did not enter, that you can enter to win a spool. I'm going to give one away at the end of the stream, so everyone gets a chance to win at least something today. So enter for your chance. Link is in the video description. If you don't see it there, refresh the stream. So yeah, so we're giving away a spool of Polymaker filament. The winners of the two categories for the giveaway, or for the contest, they each get a spool of Polymaker filament along with either a hat or a t-shirt off the Only Benchies store. Link in the description. What else? Prusa Mark IV unboxing next week. Hopefully, things go well. And what else? There's something else I wanted to say. I can't remember. LDO CNC mill. Whenever they get a kit that I can get. Did someone say Mark IV? That we are learning numbers. Prusa is doing what Valve can never do and count beyond 2. We're at 4. Prusa is now twice as good as Valve because they can count to 4, and Valve can only count to 2. So, and everyone say hi, David. So yes, I will be buying a Mark IV. However, I'm waiting on kits. Okay, so you may ask if I'm waiting on kits for the Mark IV, because you know, if I'm buying a Mark IV, I got to use it for content, and what better content than build streams? How am I unboxing one? Well, luckily, a generous member of the community purchased one, and they live nearby, and they're going to let me unbox it, and then I got to give it back to them, so I don't get to keep it, but somebody's lending me their printer to unbox when it shows up next week. So we'll be unboxing a Mark IV next week, and I might do a little video on it. Mine still hasn't shipped, and ordered mine 2 minutes after they went live. Can't you just kind of go into the actual Prusa ordering system and just like allocate one to yourself? Like I know Printed Solid is not Prusa, but it's owned by. Can't you just be like, hey Joe, send me one? I'm surprised you've got an XL. Okay. Why didn't you take one home when you were in Prague like last year? They existed last year. Business. I remember when I worked in the tool shop, I had the company that I worked for owned other tool shops, and I remember like every now and then we'd have to outsource something to another shop, and it's like we were paying them. It's like, why are we paying them? Like we're the same company. Oh, well, we got to balance the books and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but we're paying them market rate to do in-house work. Why? And they're like, I'm like, business. Business. Speaking of business, I'm horrible at it. I finally have you know, as much as certain people call me a shill, hey, guess what? I finally have a Prusa affiliate link. So if you want to buy something from Prusa, there's now an official affiliate link in the video description. So, you know, if I'm going to be called a shill, I might as well at least have an affiliate link for it. That's properly disclosed, by the way, which I hope it is. I put it together last night. Did I disclose it? I hope I disclosed it. Yeah, I did disclose it. Yeah. So there we go. So, community challenge stream. So let's get to this. Hopefully, I don't think I've used this button yet, because I've new computer and whatnot. Now you have an affiliate. Now you're getting paid more than me. Mark IV or set of SV06s. Do you need more than one printer? You can get a plethora of SV06s. You can even get a plethora of $99 Ender 3s. It depends what you're looking to get out of your printer. So, does the button work? Hey, it does work. Sweet. Okay, awesome. That is... Okay, I'm going to move you up so we can actually see everything. Because there's... Wow, that's a wall of text. Okay. Let me rejig this. Let's see here. Okay, I want you there. You're gonna go there because I want everything to kind of, okay. Go. Oh no, you can see all the discords I'm part of. There we go. Okay, so that is, so I want that right about there. And then I can move this over. There we go. There we go. Everything moved when the Fire Nation attacked. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. And also when I updated my computer here. So all my windows stayed the same, but everything kind of like moved around a little bit. So there we go. Cool. I'm going to shrink myself. Am I that? Woo, I'm shrinking. I'm shrinking. There we go. We'll go with that. That works. Hey, does that work? Yeah, there's a little itty bitty black bar right here, but well, we can live with that, I think. So that, there we go. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger now. There we go. There we go. How's that look? Does that look good, class? Are we good there? We're good there. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. 68 entries. I haven't counted. I skimmed through them. So for how this works, there's two categories. We do this every month. So one, if you are not a member of the Discord, why? Link in the description. Go join the Discord. Every month I put up a challenge near the beginning of the month, and the last Friday of the month we vote on it. Usually 2 categories, sometimes 3. You can enter multiple categories. I'll end up going through the rules. But basically how this is going to work, we'll recap the categories. We'll recap the what's going on. But I pick finalists, okay? So I'm going to pick a group of finalists, ones that I think stand out. It's my contest to do what I want. And then you, the audience, pick the actual winners. So I have no say on who wins, but I do get to pick the finalists. Technically, I do have veto power, but I've never used it. Okay, so I've never used my veto power to date, but I technically do have veto power. So we have that, and then of course I've got the super scientific software that we use to keep track of all entrants. So we have that. Microsoft Paint. So this is, what are the 2 categories? So let's go through what the contest actually is. So much with so little. This month's theme was small, because everyone has that spool of filament that's got, like, this one's still attached to the printer, so I'm unwinding it. There, you got the spool of filament with just a little bit on it. Or you went to a trade show and you picked up a bunch of those little plastic spool, like the little vacuum sealed spools at 50 grams. What can you even do with that? Well, guess what? That's what the challenge was. Spool sitting on the shelf, nearly empty. Picked up some samples out of Rep Fest. The pittance of an amount of filament that you get with your printer. That's not even on a spool, by the way, and you end up throwing it across the room because it unwinds itself. What can you make of that? I don't know. This is why I'm asking you. So for this month's challenge, I wanted to see what you could do with the leftover samples. Print something sub 50 grams. Okay? No, I'm not going to make you bust out a scale and verify. Okay? We're doing Scout's honor system here. But basically sub 50 grams. Okay? I have the... If we really think you're cheating, we'll call you out, but I highly doubt anyone's going to really... Yeah. So there's two categories, and this is simple categories. A functional print or decorative, okay? So the good old ISO standard benchy is decorative. It is not functional, okay? Regardless of, oh, I can use it to make sure my printer is good. No, it's a functional print, okay? Or sorry, decorative. It's decorative. Zip tie holders. Zip tie holders like this that you stick on. That's a functional print. So those are your two categories, functional prints and decorative prints. We're gonna pick a bunch from each, and you're gonna vote on the winners, and hopefully this will give you some ideas on stuff you can do, because part of these challenges is to kind of break the cycle of just printing the meme prints that everyone prints over and over and over again. So this is kind of just seeing what other people use their printers for, and to give more people ideas on what they can use their machines for. My camera's drooping down. One second, I gotta get out. We're good, we're good. By the way, my reference for setting my camera up is the Only Benchies logo. That has to be at the top of the camera. If any of that is cut off by the top of the camera, my camera is drooped down too far. That's how I set my camera, is the Only Benchies logo, and as soon as I can hide this mess. So right there. That's how I frame it. Science. Okay. Recommended cable chain print, Panzer chain. Okay. Although lately I've kind of not been a fan of printed drag chains, because if you go back and look at a lot of the Ender fires, a lot of them had printed drag chains. I'm not saying it was the cause of it, but printed drag chains made out of plastics that aren't fire retardant compared to like the actual plastics that most real drag chains are made out of. I know we used to do it in the past. I've done it in the past. I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't recommend doing it unless you have like fire resistant ABS, because that's if you get a fire at the hot end, it could travel down a PLA printed drag chain to things that you don't want to catch fire. So it's kind of one of those things I had a thought about the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that, because I've done it. I've had this Voron over here ran with printed drag chains for years. So yeah. So anyways, let's get, my mouse is not working. There we go. So we got our two categories here. So save as, save. So you're now functional. You can't save to PC. Cool. I'm going to save you to my documents. Functional. PNG. Okay. And you are decorative. Let's see how long I can keep these from getting confused for. Cool. Isn't PETG? I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. So yeah, so we'll get into that in a second. Before that though, again, we do these every month. Make sure you're a member of the channel so you don't miss out. If you do want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, because some of these prices are out of pocket, like the Only Benchies merch, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or check out any of the links in the description that are affiliate links that don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. I just added the Prusa one. And also make sure you check out Polymaker. They're awesome folks. They make good stuff. So let's get to it. Type functional and decorative. What do you mean? Onto the paint file. I got it. It says it right at the top. There we go. There we go. I'm probably going to screw it up in 2 minutes, but we'll see. We'll see. And who DM'd me? 1 second. This is the thing. I got Discord open and I got DMs. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Cool. And this channel is locked, so nobody can post. You can react if you want to follow along at home and add your reactions to some of these submissions. It'll help give like an idea of how the community is reacting to some of these entries. So, will I be at Rapid? I will. I will be. So, first things first, we're gonna go through these. Obviously, at the ones that I add to the finalist list, it is my discretion. I'm gonna keep keeping an eye at chat, but certain things I tend to notice more than others, but we'll see. So first thing, functional display mounts for my mini helmet collection in my basement. So, oh, so this uses 3M. Oh, ooh. So how does this work? How does this work? So that is Velcro. So you got the 3M stuff there, and it clips onto the helmet. Ah, what are mini helmets? That's got to be an American thing. I like that. That's a super little print. You could probably buy something like this, and it looks like the original design calls for screwing it to the wall, but you went with the 3M method. I like it. That will be first one in the functional one, I think. Also, for those that don't know how I kind of I segment things. So if I see another wall mounting assistant device that I think would beat this one, then I replace it. That's kind of how I do it. I try not to have double entries in what I would, consider same category. So what do we got here? Functional, I often have to place plaques inside plastic water valves that you find in washing machines. This plastic tool you can purchase to do so, but requires the use of a wrench or socket to come loose. I designed one built-in hand grip. The option uses 3/8 ratchet, 10% infill, 14 grams. Keep in the bag to give the customers. Add company tax and a slicer. Add one. So these are little. Oh, it tightens valves. Is it tighten these? What are those? That's solenoids. Did you design this? And you designed it. That's clever. See, this is the kind of stuff 3D printing is great for, because this is like, yeah, you could buy this tool. Probably cost way more than it's really worth, because it's a niche thing. But that's a clever thing, and you design it. So you don't have to be the designer of the thing, but I weigh stuff that you've designed yourself a little bit more, just because otherwise you just found something and printed it. But not always, not always. Okay, functional. I want a way to decorate the wall above my desk. Remember that I own a bunch of cool hats. So I designed this minimalist hook to hold all my hats. So we have some hat hangers. There you go. And they got the 3M command strips are awesome, by the way. As a parent of a child that has stuff on the walls, these are awesome. So that's cool. That is a simple print. I'm assuming you print it on side so it doesn't snap, but. Okay. Functional bag clips. Okay. If you in chat have printed bag clips with your 3D printers, put a 1 in chat. Okay. How many here have I think everyone at some points, I've done it. This is like on the list of things you print when you first get a 3D printer, is bag chip clips. Yeah, everyone has printed them at some point. So these are cool, but everyone and their grandma and their uncle and their cousin from 5 states over have printed one of these, because this is like on the list of things you print once you get a 3D. You gotta print the a Grogu, or not a Grogu. Oh, well, actually probably Grogu now. What was it? You print a Benchy, you print the chip clip, you print a whistle, you print a Groot, you print a Yoda, or a Grogu now probably. What else is on the list of things we all print when we first get a printer? Baby Groot. Everyone prints the Baby Groot. Everyone has, I got a Baby Groot somewhere. Everyone has a Baby Groot somewhere. Decorative keychain. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. And we got it linked here. Oh, and you designed it. I like to see that. And you designed it. Coatees, FPV. How do you know somebody's involved in the FPV hobby? Don't worry, they'll tell you. Would you like to see my quadcopters, by the way? That's cool. I like that. That is a cute little print. And it's flexy. I like flexy prints. That is, I think that's a cute print. You got the GIF going. I print spaghetti. Okay, functional is very small but very useful. Make wifey happy. Justify printer purchase. Design and model and printed a small white hanger to hold shelf and half moon bar holder for DIY guinea pig enclosure she was working on. Super happy wife win. So what is it? I'm assuming it's this bar holder for the guinea pig. Oh, that's a little guinea pig. So it's this bar holder. Okay, that's cool. You see my drones? Let me turn the camera on. 1 second. Okay, what do we got here? Functional. This is my design for a sun visor on my Land Rover Discovery. One is the clip that held it in place. Mine broke. Well, it's a Land Rover. I made one because it's hard to find new and works perfectly after 2 years. So you DIY'd something better than what Land Rover could do. Not hard, but congrats. Nice, simple design. So here's the thing with this kind of thing. You obviously designed this yourself because Land Rover will never give out the CAD for this kind of stuff. And that's, I think, the biggest problem with at-home 3DP is you have to know CAD, and not everyone knows CAD. There are my quadcopters. I got it's a 2.5 inch, I can't remember, Emax something, LR4, Odonta HD, that's analog. That one I built by myself, like I cut the frame myself. There's a video on the channel. Apex 3 inch, that's way too heavy, but it still flies good. And a not a beta. What is this guy? It's got ELRS. I can't remember what this one's called. You know what this one is. If you're internet, you know what this is. I can't remember what it was. Wife got it for me for Christmas. But anyways, yeah, those are the quads. Mobula 7. Mobula 7. It's Mobula 7. It's not a Mobula 6. And then I do have the parts to build a nano long range 3D printed one that I'm doing a video on as soon as the weather is not shit out. Okay, decorative. Printed 2 earrings with half a liter water bottle and made filament with recreate. Oh, so you, oh. Okay, so these are, okay, so you have the Recreator 3D. So you recycled, this I like. Recycled a water bottle into filament to make something. And in this case, we have some, those actually came out really good. And you can kind of get the scale. So these aren't that big. That is cool. So that is cool. Add that to the list. Yeah, the nano long range, by the way, won't be a long range because I'm not using an 18650. We're doing 2S on it because I've got an LR4 already for long range. So I want a park cruiser, something I can fly around the park. Okay, Craig, functional. Had to change a battery in my watch. Jewelers charge a fortune. Renata batteries are cheap on Amazon. Leftovers useful. Printed this tool to open up the back of the watch. So you have to grip the back of the watch with like a wrench shaped like this to open it. Cool. I guess that makes sense. I am not a watch guy. I am not a watch guy. So that's a wrench. So in terms of DIY tooling, I think the faucet thing might beat it out. Functional. Well, it's just above 30 grams. Okay, you're still good. You're still good. Also, anyone, whenever you guys design, share the links. Share the links. If you design something, put the link to your thing in here. Promote yourself if you design something. Functional, it's above 30 grams, but you can print with printers. Okay, so it's a toy fidget box test print speed print contester. What is this? What is it? Hinge Jeep. So you designed it. Okay, so I would say this is more decorative because it's a toy Jeep. Although I do, oh, and it got bearings in there too. Okay, anyways, I think this is this is more a decorative print. It's a toy. I think this is more a toy. So I'm gonna punt you out of the functional category into the decorative, because you guys agree with me. This is more a toy than a decorative print. And decorative would be toy, in my opinion. Sign into printables. I could. Toy, yeah. It's a toy, which did I mention toy? Basically, functional is like anything that's not functional is decorative in this contest. It's a child entertainment system. Taking a page out of the Nintendo. So it's an entertainment system. Okay, functional. My wife works with watercolor paint, so I printed her custom watercolor pans. Why, there you go. Little containers with hearts and hexagons, which, as we know, are the bestagons. Decorative. Designed a keychain for my daughter, friend's daughter. Used up all the sample filament that came with 3D printing pen. Hard to get on camera, but there were 9 filament changes. Okay, so you just manually swapped. There you go. There you go. Now the question is, I think our friend the turtle wins in the category of keychains, I think, because it's a flexi print, and flexi print's so hot right now. Hi Phil. It's functional, and then it tests the printer. Everything tests the printer. Unless you're making spaghetti. And even then, that tests your printer to make sure it doesn't catch fire. Okay, functional. Got tired of the tool head cable dragging on the bed on my SV06, so I made a clip to hold it up. Smart. This is an issue I had with my SV06. Also, this is the issue. Don't clip it in. That's what they told me to do. There's like a little retaining thing, like there's clips to actually lock it in, but there's also like little tabs behind it, and I put the chain through that. They said don't do that. That's how you prevent it. That's what they told me. But that is a functional print, and I think that's the first printer mod functional print we have in here so far. So I will add that to the list. Hello from the EU. Hello there. Okay, functional. Wanted to keep a buck converter and wires tidy, so quick bit of CAD and did this. PS, this is how you trim zip ties right. You are, no. Okay, several things. Solder joints could use a little bit of work. That one looks okay. This one and this one, even this one, it's hard to say. This is the only solder joint that looks good. These solder joints could use a little bit more heat and flux and tin, and More soldering practice I'd recommend. It'll work, but they could be better. And 2, straight to jail. Straight to jail. Straight to jail for this. This, for those that don't know, like, no. Decorative Sierpinski triangle on vase mode, printed in silver PLA, 0.25 nodal, printed on a V0. Tough print, took several times to get right. I'll update this message, which will link to the printable. Oh yeah, and it's cat meow in the video. There's a video? What video? Oh, there's a video, okay. That came out really clean, and that's tiny. I've printed one of these. I think it's upstairs somewhere. This is a fun model to print. It's a vase mode print too, which is really cool. That came out really clean. That came out really clean. I don't think I have 0.25 nozzles. I got a bunch of Revos that are 0.25, but I don't think I've ever used them, because if I'm gonna print something small and detailed, I'm gonna use my resin machine. But something like this, that came out clean. There is obviously deformation, deformation in some of the areas. You can see like these first few layers are a little meh, but that is clean. Did those zip ties on purpose. No excuses. No excuses. Functional. These are simple reef plugs for the aquarium to grow live coral. Easy to design, and I have used a ton of these over the years. The colored stripe help keep organization and classifications together. So, helping corals one plug at a time. Proceeds of the project go to restoring reefs. Good for charity. Oh, so okay, so you put the coral on the plug and then it just sits in this grate, and it's kind of like how you grow them. So basically this is like the coral equivalent of like a potted plant holder. That's really neat. Also neon. Neon's cool. I love me some neon. That is, I like that. I like that. That is really, I'm loving these. Like, yeah, this could be an injection molded thing that you buy in packs of 100. But, you know, they're not, and that's cool. Elmo. I can't do an Elmo voice. Decorative. I designed this in Tinkercad for my son is a huge Elmo fan. Printed the body and mouth in an Polymaker in 2 colors. The eyes in 2 colors, no separate. Added pegs to the eyes and nose to be able to insert in the body and glue them together. He naturally broke the left foot by smashing it so hard on the table, so redesigned, forthcoming. Favorite part with the fuzzy skin feature in Kira. That would actually be really cool. Oh yeah, so that does have the fuzzy skin. This is gonna keep me up at night. And there you go, Elmo. That's cool. Share the file for that. Somebody would want to print that. Elmo to the list. Yeah, this haunts my dreams. Okay, I made a mount for the EBB 36. It's version 1.2. Ooh. Is that the version that catches fire? Be careful. Don't put in DFU mode with the heater attached. To fit on the back of my H2 Revo for the effector on my Anycubic Predator, I'm upgrading. It took a few tries as I don't have CAD experience. Good way to learn though. So a few YouTube vids and a whole bunch of clicking in Fusion, it'll get sort of what I wanted. There you go. So this is an adapter to put it on the Nemo 14. There you go. That works. That works. Nice little simple. Okay. So the good thing with 3D printing is you can rapid iterate at home. because you can easily go, this doesn't work. Goodbye clip. I think this is a cooler printer mod. You can design something, hit print, let it print, and then try it right then and there. And if it doesn't work, just go back to the CAD, adjust, and print again. So, okay, 1.1 is the fire version. Okay, that's good. Functional, this adjustable piece is small and hold your bin organized from slipping in your drawer. Oh, so it's like a little jack screw to keep your bins from flopping around in the drawer if you don't have enough bins for your drawer. That's cool. Link there. Why am I so tired? I've been up late. Little guy did home from school today. That's why the stream started a little late, if you're wondering. So I have something like this in my computer that I just built. I got a little jack screw to hold the GPU up. Printed in glow in the dark PLA. Yeah, it's a 1.1 version that need more caffeine. I've had 2 coffees today already. And then for lunch, I had leftover Indian butter chicken and rice and naan bread. That was good. That was good. Because I made that the other night for dinner and I had some leftover. Wile E. Coyote. Functional. I noticed the cardboard spools were riding up on the printer bearing spool holder, causing the filament to bind. Rather than go back to the original spool holder, I designed a small bearing holder to keep the spools on the spindle. This way I did not need to reprint the waste. Oh, okay, so you're having issues because they were riding up on the edge and getting all messed up. And that just, it's a little guide to keep them. Oh, that's cool. That's clever. You honestly probably don't even need this. If you're to print this in PLA, which is kind of slippery as is, like just make sure it's rounded. So make sure you print with the direction so it's nice and rounded. But if you had a bearing, you might as well add a bearing if you have them. That's cool. Little spool guide, just to keep it in line. Okay, no more SMA and an indestructible cherry mount. Okay, so let's see here. Small pictures. Small pictures. Why are these pictures small? Okay, so you got this connector here. So for those that don't know what this is, on FPV quadcopters, you have antennas. Usually one for control of the quadcopter and one for video. So, and a cherry mount. Yeah, so that is that. Yeah, so that is it right there. So on a quadcopter, grab my little Odonata. This one has a built-in antenna for the controller, but this antenna here is for the video. You need that to see where you're going. So you don't want it to break off. So what can happen is they're just connected on with sometimes the SMA connector, sometimes the UFL. So a lot of the times people design these little holders to kind of like give it strain relief and also stabilize it and also keep it in the position you want it to be in. So that's what that is. Wrong button. There we go. So did you design that yourself? I'll add that to the list because it's the first quadcopter thing I think we've seen. And that is functional, obviously. Decorative Voron afterburner keychains, including fan and hotend. Oh, that's cute. So just a little Voron keychain. How are those holding up in your? Wrong license. Wrong license. It's a Voron derivative part based off the CAD. Wrong license. But anyways, that's cute. The fact that it is like just the parts scaled down, like it's actually all the parts. So we got the front, that, all in one, and a body only. You gotta update it for stealth burner though. You gotta update it for stealth burner. I still think the turtle's cooler though. I like the turtle. I'm partial to the turtle. And also, I'm checking right now. Not everyone has entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. There are more people in chat than there are who have entered to win some free filament that ships worldwide. So there's like over 100 of you that just don't want free filament. Like, I'm not saying you're going to get it, but you are going to be the one who's going to win. So you're going to get it because you entered right now. Do this now. Functional. Prusament Galaxy Black sample from Murph 2022. I have a box of Prusament samples somewhere. I got to find where it went. So only 9 grams. So these are desiccant. Okay, so these are okay. They fit inside a spool to hold desiccant. Okay. So is the whole thing it, or is it just the... Okay, 1 second. 9 grams. So this whole thing's only 12 grams of filament. They fit inside a spool, and it fits inside your spool, and you fill it with desiccant, and you got a little hygrometer, whatever it's called. That is really cool. That's really cool. BF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. That's really cool. I like that. And it's only 12 grams. I'm surprised nobody... That's something you would set an Etsy shop up for and sell those, probably. Probably make a decent amount on Etsy selling those, if the model allows it to be sold. But I don't think you design that, so you gotta be careful. Friends don't like friends download models off Thingiverse and sell them without verifying licensing rights. All the rules, kiddies. Okay, decorative. Found the Mandalorian bobblehead on printables, and who doesn't like bobbleheads? Printed on... English. Printed the SEO 0.12 layer height, 5% infill. Just under 50 grams. Slice of spool white filament and let it rip. Printed 2 feet of filament spear, 47 grams. There you go. That came out pretty good. I think this is the first like model we have for decorative, so I'll put it on the list. I think Elmo beats it. I like Elmo in terms of just a model. I think Elmo beats it in terms of a character model. Elmo's your friend. We all like Elmo. Decorative, tiny 50% size benchy with a 0.2 revo. 161 grams, disqualified, too heavy. Functional, latch for one of my printed solid nozzle enclosures. Using an existing hole in the door. Oh, that's cool. It's 1.61 grams. Like, that's the joke. I'll make a stealth burner. Do it. Do it. I know it's not 161 grams. Look how big it is. And it's a small benchy. You know what? I will put it on the list. I will put it on the list because it is small benchy for decorative. Small benchy gets its own category. It's a joke. So print latch for one using an existing hole in the door. Do they not come with a handle? David, are you not shipping handles with your products? Tungsten filament. I need to get my hands on that. I was going to buy some, but I cannot justify buying that. It's like way too pricey for even just a sample. Like, because all I would do is print something with it and be like, cool. And I already have metal filament somewhere. I got to print with. I got to find where it went. I keep forgetting about it because I put it somewhere out of sight and I keep forgetting about it. And then I remember it during the stream and I go, I got to print. And then I forget about it till the next time I mention it during a stream. Okay. Functional. These small pots for plant seedlings. Perfect for starting fruit, vegetables, and plant seeds for the garden. When I transplant them in a large container. Okay, so we got little boxes here for filament. Little filament boxes for plants. But they ain't neon coral. So, oh, and it's folding. Ooh, that's clever. You probably save a bunch of print time printing them flat and folding them up. I like this now because it's folded. But I still think neon coral is cooler. But I do like the design idea where you fold it up, because that saves you probably a ton of time on print time instead of printing them as boxes. Decorative, I print these pretty often with the end of the spools. They just go in a jar labeled fuck's left to give for people to take. You didn't have to blur it. We could say fuck. I just can't say it too many times and get trip the YouTube filter. So we allow some usage of the word. How is that fast? It's got a massive first layer that is slow. You don't have to print your first layer slow, you know. You can print your first layer fast. Especially if it's just gonna be a really thin thing on the bed. As long as you get good first layers, you can print them fast. It's folk. Yeah, it's for folk. He likes folk music. Yeah. And forks. And funk. It might be funk. He's down with the funk. So yeah. Functional. Needed a custom solution to hang on my indoor lighting setup for my succulents. Printed these tiny chains and light bar holders to suspend my lights and walk-in closet. So we got little clips there. Ooh. And you printed the chains too? Ooh. Yeah, these are the chains. Those are the printed chains right there. So this is printed on a V0 too. Little prints on a little printer. You got the little hooks and you got heat sets. Oh yeah, this is totally, you're checking all the boxes here, Ark. So in terms of clicky things, like, yeah, this beats the wall hanger in terms of mounting hardware. The helmet wall hanger, yeah, it beats that definitely. That is cool. That is cool. A second here. Okay, want to put it on Jesus or friend. Streambox kind of printed. It's pretty software and close. So this is like a Streambox. Okay, so this is a yeah, Stream Deck key. I've got one of these. I can probably put it upstairs and use it for editing. But this is how, before I had a Stream Deck, I built one of these. I actually have a video on how to do it on the channel. These make really, you can make these with a little Arduino. They're not hard. Print some keys and off you go. So oop, wrong button. That is really cool. I'll add it to the list here. I'll do this one. So functional. Okay, so this is the original design and you just printed your own version with some extra keys. There you go. Functional. So we got some keycaps. And that's it in action there. Ooh, you got RGB. Mine's a lot more boring. Mine's just, and all I have, this is just like F13 to F18. That's what I just mapped the keys as. So when you plug it into any computer, it just thinks it's like F13 to F19 or whatever it is. Easy peasy. Okay, are you a fan of the IT crowd? I'm aware of the meme. In case of emergency. So this is like a wall plaque thing. Oh, that's small. That is small. I'll add that to the decorative list. Although that's probably going to be competing with the fox. Okay. The meme is the number. Okay, I just then no. Should watch it. There's a bunch of shows I need to watch that I haven't yet. Changing my entry. Well, what did you enter before? Did you delete it? Hopefully you deleted it. Okay, cats. 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 And then we got Technova here, who didn't read the pinned comment. Functional trains need bridges. Yes. If you got a kid, like my little guy's got train tracks like this, and like when we start getting into Hot Wheels, I am totally going to use properly authorized accessories with it. So this is a toy, but I think it's a functional. Yeah, I think it's more. Yeah, it's toy, but it's functional. It's a road. Because it's a bridge stand. Yeah, you put it as functional. I think it's functional. Meh. We kind of ride loosey-goosey with the rules with this contest at times, in case you haven't noticed. Okay. Oh, are we getting near the end already? Unless a lot of people entered in the last few days, which usually happens. Decorative, scale down tree frog and gecko to 20% using a 0.15 nozzle, 0.05 layer height. Damn, son. And this is on a switch wire too. Okay, this beats smol benchy. This beats smol benchy for sure. This beats smol benchy by a bit, because that is, those are small. Like that almost looks resin. That almost looks resin. 0.034 grams. 0.05 grams. I waste more filament in a purge line. That is small. Holy shit. And was this with the Revo? What hot end were you using? Like, I know you got it on, this was on a switch wire, but what hot end and extruder were you using? If you did this with a Revo, send that to E3D. Actually, no, I don't think Revo has 0.15. Yeah, what hot end did you use? And what nozzle? If you're in chat, Dutch Monkey. Revo does have, okay, if that's done with an E3D Revo, send that picture to E3D. They'll love that. Functional, a bunch of these parts trays when I built my V0. This is something I need to do. I'm really bad with organizing my stuff. Part trays, 16 grams, easy peasy. This wall cover is not for hiding keys. Is there a key behind it? My only entry, so to be charged functional, that fits better. My in-laws have a few unused electricity houses in their bathroom wall. My dad-in-law want a removable cover so he can hide keys from potential burglars at these opening. Another level of security with the text to mislead the burglar so they won't waste time looking behind it. Plot twist, the keys are behind the printed cover. Really? For some reason, they requested another cover but without the descriptive text. Dies Wanda Beckendichtung ist kein Schluchenleversteck. C. That is decorative. That is decorative and funny. Okay, I think this beats this side. Yeah, yeah. I find that more funny. Nailed it. Yeah, I spreche Deutsch très bon. Okay, functional print. Design this so we can easily remove the crate. Oh, doggo. Oh, it's a little doggo tag. Meg. Doggo. Functional print. Design this so we can easily remove the crate around my trailer if needed. The inner parts prevent the carriage bolt from spinning when using the printed nut adapter. Okay, so you still have a... Okay, so there is a nut in there at least. Okay, so that's just not holding on just printed parts. 27 grams. Not too shabby. So that's the inside and that's that. dog. Yeah, the dog's printed too. The Cura's fuzzy skin texture is really amazing nowadays. Functional. We have a pair of IKEA Kunstgefahr wall rails that originally are made to hold clips for paper or other IKEA projects that fit, but couldn't find a proper hook that I liked in IKEA, so I decided my own. The entire assembly weighs, including the rail, about 30 grams, could hold 2 kilograms comfortably. I used trusses to cut down the weight and to make it stiffer. Parts are printed in Polymaker ASA 0.5 layer height. We'll upload models to printables upon request. Oh, so is this vertical? So I'm assuming like this would be rotated up, and you would hook stuff onto it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, share the models for that. Anything that's based off IKEA, share the models. People like that shit. Got a lot of functional models. Yesterday, functional. Some clips to run 2 cables up the side of my house. Rather than drilling it and using screws, I found an existing die, remixed it to my needs. I was able to print them all from a 50-gram sample coil. Oh, and they clip into your siding. There you go. Easy peasy. May need to recaulk that though. You're gonna get moisture behind your siding. Although you're gonna get moisture behind the siding anyways. It should be properly ventilated, so it's not an issue. The lights though, I think are better clips. But that's still cool. Quick little Tinkercad model too. Category decorative. Printed using 50 grams coil of neon green during a DJ Twitch stream. Cool. Meanwhile, I streamed the print via nozzle cam on his Discord. Sadly, I didn't save it. The entire print was 36 gram mix from an existing model to remove the background for a more interesting view. Oh, that's cool. So that's all neon. You gotta post a picture of the whole thing finished. Like, I want to see this finished. That looks cool though. That looks cool. I wish he had posted a picture of it finished though. Yeah, I would need to see it finished. But that looks super cool. Functional, my most popular model for whatever reason is a funnel. Everyone needs a funnel. And if you don't have a funnel, the first thing you need to do is print a funnel, especially if you're at home. The only funnel I have in this room is the one I printed for filament resin bottles. Fully parametric, so you can download and generate. One of these days, I gotta learn how to do parametric CAD. I don't do any parametric CAD. I direct model everything. IPA and resin, yeah, that's pretty much what I use mine for. Neat. Chris, if you have a picture of it, link it in the live stream channel. Link it in the live stream channel if you have a picture of it. Parametric. I don't do any parametric CAD at all. I only do direct modeling CAD, and I don't use the timeline. I'm not a pro user when it comes to CAD. I'm very caveman when it comes to my CAD skills. Lazy Susan horizontal spool holder, lays on top of the printer, low friction, takes a lot of spool options, 20 gram material in my design. Oh, that's cool. I've always been worried about these of the filament unwinding. I've always been worried about these of the filament unwinding. It just sits on a mat there. There you go. Yeah, you know, we'll put on functional. Why not? Got a lot of functional prints in here. Okay, decorative hive board game. One of the players, classic magnetic, great for travel, fits in the pocket, can play around uneven surface and vertical. So like a whiteboard, fridge, or that each piece easily holds notes and business cards to a fridge tool. 35 grams, 1 or 2 colors. My design. So I don't know this game at all. Same person? Leo the Human. Oh, okay, decorative-ish. So it's a game. And you got magnets in it too. Oh, the magnets go in these holes. Oh, that's cool. Functional, but serves a decorative purpose. Quilt hangers. Oh, and they're held on with command strips. Oh, that's cool. There you go. Ah, I see it now. That works. That works. May these be attached to 1-inch roller bearing and together to be used as a printer dolly for use with printers that use 3030 extrusions. Can probably customize a bit for 2020 or anything else. But what is it? What is it? Printer dolly. Oh, they like clip into the extrusion and allow you to roll around the printer. Oh. Okay. That's something I didn't think you would need, but I get. This is for people who have for rat rigs. If you got a 500 millimeter rat rig and you need to move it around on the floor, there you go. Just post it in the live stream. Okay, 1 second here. Okay. Yeah. 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 This is what you put with your entry. You put that with the entry. 1 second here. Yeah, because this, while it does show off the making of it, when you look at, you know, this, yeah. You're handicapping your entry there, man. There you go. Put that there. And then I'll just copy this so we. There we go. So we know it's you. There we go. So we know it's you. Put that there. There we go. There we go. We know it's you. My super elite CAD skills or MS Paint skills. There we go. That's how you enter. With that. Lead with that next time. Okay, printer chow, 5K, you get a ton of 50, 100 gram samples, so I started printing my own Pokemon with them. Can I imagine a color that would fit any Pokemon? So they're all below 50 grams by Chelsea. Chelsea makes good stuff. We like Chelsea. Nice. So when it comes to small models, I don't think we're going to beat Small Chameleon, though. Sample filament used to print a low-rise knob from my Mars Pro resin printer. Okay. It's a knob. That it is. I like the color. And it's sparkly. Just make sure you don't have the rollers on the printer while it's printing. Otherwise, your input shaper is going to have a hell of a time trying to figure that shit out. Pinhead Larry. I love retro computing. I hate old rubber plastic parts. So when I picked up this old scuzzy CD caddy drive, all the rubber dampeners had completely perished from old age dry rot. Spent hours looking for replacements or suitable parts, not very common, possible to find without buying another entire drive, which would have already, yeah, because it is at that age, yeah. Took great care to disassemble the drive to keep the only seemingly intact parts from falling apart, and was able to get a few dimensions before it crumbled as well. Only took a few attempts to get the fit perfect on the amount of flex correct. Printed all four in my tiny leftover piece of blue Polymaker TPU from all the mini spools I printed live at EARF. They installed easily. perfectly, and the drive is now back up and working. So let's take a look at this. So this is Timmit for those that don't know. So obviously these parts are the dead. They have ceased to function. Oh yeah, those are, ooh, yeah. So a little bit of printing with some TPU. Ooh.
So I was able to 3D print those isolators out of some TPU, and they're doing their job.
That's cool. I don't know how often I would need a SCSI CD caddy drive, but if you need one and you happen to need replacement bushings for yours, hit up Timmit. He has the files. That's cool. So obviously that's pretty niche, but somebody in chat right now is like, I need that. Give me the files. Okay, Heart K, the most people on the forum Discord know I like mini printers. Really, the guy who designed the Micron. Well, Nano Beam 5x5 extrusions and a small amount of filament, I made a tiny V2 that fits in the palm of your hand. The Ganter actually moves in the X and Y. The bone tube is just a small piece of white filament extended from a 0.4 nozzle, so it's just an extrusion. The bed is printed, then wrapped in aluminum foil. Ah, the power of a Voron in the palm of your hand. It's so small. So if you're wondering how small this is the top of a V0 enclosure. Does it work? Yeah, actually it does. It actually printed all the parts for it on itself. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. It's for show, but it's small. And I know we already have small printer. We'll add small printer to the list. Yeah. Ship of mine at 1/700 scale and with Lighthouse, both FDM and printed around 40 grams each. Damn, son. I'm assuming there's quite a bit of post-processing here. This was not, and you took the picture yesterday. This was not fresh off the printer. And that's FDM too. 1 second here. Zoom in. There we go. I'm assuming these sails printed or wood? They look like the texture kind of it's hard to tell. Obviously, like this is wire. No, that's printed. Those sails are printed. Yeah, you can see all the layer lines. Yeah, that's. And obviously the rock is printed. The rock actually, the layers actually work in this regard. Having layer lines on this rock actually like help. So the thing is, it's two things that are over 50 grams combined, but one thing under 40. So I think the boat is a better, you get your entry on the boat. The boat. It's one entry per person. So the boat, not the rock. Because the boat obviously is a more impressive thing, I think. And that is it. Woo! That are all the entries. I actually went by a lot quicker this time. What printing specs did you use? Like obviously like it's FDM, but like what printer and like layer height and all that? Yeah, the boat. Okay, so now we need to pare this down because these are our finalists and I'm in the wrong corner. I'm gonna go over here. Hi, I'm down here. So these are our finalists, okay? Can you hide this window? Can you hide this window? What's this do? and feedback, view, full screen. Ooh, there we go. Cool. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So we got 11. I need to get it down to 8. And then we'll do 4 and 4. And that's functional prints. Decorative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This we could do 4 and 4 already. Okay. We'll do decorative first. Okay. We'll do decorative first. And in terms of the order of voting, we're just going to do close ones to each other. There we go. Load this filament. I need a color. What color am I going to print that Jeep in? I got some OD green somewhere. Where's my OD green? Is it PLA? Jesse PLA, OD green. Perfect. That'll do. Are the TPU spacers decorative? No. Did I put them in decorative? I did. Oops, 1 second here. Let me fix that. TPU spacers are not decorative. They are not decorative. Functional. They are functional. Okay. So before we do that, though, S plus, discard. 0.2 quality. I want to print this Jeep. Where's that Jeep? Hinge Jeep. Print the Jeep. Export G code. Save. Printers that. I want to print the Jeep. Print the Jeep. There we go. Okay, back to work, back to work. Okay, so we're gonna do decorative first. Okay, so in that case we have, what do we got here? You know what? We'll move small benchy over, or small voron over here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we'll do, yeah, we'll do this. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, because we gotta knock this down to, we got what, 11 here. We need to knock this down. So in the total scientific fair way, these four are going to go against each other right now. Okay. So these four right here. Let me turn off chat. Main overlay. There we go. Cool. So we're going to end up at the winner anyways, but this is how we're going to do it. Okay. Donald Sears, $5. Day of the Dead wins decorative. Which one's Day of the Dead? Which one's Day of the Dead? You. Full screen. That's not what I wanted. Skip. Okay. Engage, start a poll. Round one, decorative. We got 1, which is turtle. 2, which is bird earrings. 3 is small chameleon. And 4 is fork. Okay, vote which one you think should move on to the finals. The top one wins, basically. I will say, for those that were here yesterday for the member stream, the Mark III profile is a lot more forgiving. Oop, wrong screen, full screen. There we go. We're just trying to narrow down these 4 options. So out of these 4, which one do you like the most? It'll move on to the next round. The next round will be the best of 3. Or there'll be 3 in the next round. So we're looking at pretty close between small chameleon and turtle. We're gonna go for another. Where's the clock? Where's the clock? Where's the clock? Do I have the clock on this screen? I don't have the clock on this screen. Dude. Okay, well, 1 more minute. We'll give it 1 more minute. But it's looking like small chameleon's got it. It's a Steve style Motorama. Let's go turtle. Yeah, no, oh, small chameleon's pulling ahead. Yep, small chameleon's pulling ahead. And pull. Okay, so small chameleon is moving ahead. So, get rid of all this. Deleted. Deleted. So we got small chameleon is that one. Now, you can figure that out. Okay, now it's gonna be these 3. So this one's 3. Yeah, I know it's 3, not 4, but we got 11 and math. Okay, that's not a number. 1, 2, 3. Start a poll. Round 2, decorative. Okay, so we got 1 is hinge Jeep. 2 is cover thingy, and 3 is boat. Ask community. There we go. Out of these 3 right here, those 3, not the Serpinski thing. I can't point. Those 3. Those 3. Pick one. Pick one of those 3. Which one you like the most? We'll give it like 2 minutes. Looking like boat probably is going to take this one. Yeah. Why are you guys putting numbers down? Don't need no numbers. We don't need no stinking numbers here. I mean, if you want to spam stuff in chat to help the algorithm, also don't forget to like that smash button, because the YouTube algorithm likes that, and monkey brain likes bigger numbers, right? You get that dopamine response when the number goes up, right? Number goes up. It's the only thing that can happen. Okay, we're gonna end it there. Boat wins. Boat has 1. Boat has 1. So on you go. Bye-bye. Wait, one second. Whatever. Okay, so this one is going to be fun. I don't know how I could fit all this in here. Because stupid, I can't zoom out beyond a certain percent. So what we're going to do is you could see this. That's going to go there. Okay. You could see the entries. I don't think yeah, it's either 50 or 100% because you can't do 75% because that would be too complicated for Microsoft Paint for some reason. Okay, well, you know what they are. Okay. This is going to be a tough one. Okay, this one's going to be a tough one. Round 3. Okay, we got the pyramid, we got Elmo. Small boron. And then you got Neon Skull. There you go. Pick which one of those 4 you like. Ignore these 2. Ignore these 2. You pick one of these 4 right here. So we'll give it a couple minutes unless there's an absolute blowaway. Go. Okay. Yeah. Small boron. Okay. Small boron it is. Okay. Let me put my tinfoil hat on. All 3 that went to the finals were the number 3. And there's 3 in the final. What is this? How did this happen? How did that happen? I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but it's a conspiracy. Okay, so there we go. That's that. Okay, so well, this one's easy. Hey, no. Oh, look. 2. Boop. And then we got 1. Okay, so this is the finals for decorative. Start a poll. One, we got small, chameleon. I'm pretty sure I spelled chameleon wrong every time. 2, we got small boat. And 3, we got small boron. There you go. Vote for which one you think is the winner. We'll let that go for like 2 minutes. Make sure you vote. Everyone in chat, we got like 360 people in here. Should have that many entries. Also, why don't I have that many likes on this video? Who is entering to win free filament and is enjoying free content without the common courtesy to like the smash button? Who are you? Who am I? Where am I? What am I? Did I give small? No, you just watched how I put it together. It was natural where it ended up. Also, probably because I kind of figured it wouldn't make more. I can easily stretch it for content if number 3 wins again. biased. Hey, I'm not voting for anything. You guys are the ones voting. It's your fault. I blame you. Yeah, I'm thinking small boron wins. We're gonna let it go until timer is up, but and by timer I mean my arbitrary internal clock. Community is biased. I know. It's not my fault, you know. We're kind of boron biased on this channel. Demand a recount. Okay. I mean, if everyone who voted for the other two voted for one of the other, it's over 50% for the small boron, so I don't think we can really recount that. We're not even close to we can't even have a runoff. Yeah, we're ended there. Small boron wins. Heart K wins. Small boron is the winner. Congratulations, everyone claps in chat for Heart K. Small boron is the winner. Okay, so how many do we have in here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Yeah, it only does 50% zooms. That's super annoying. Okay, let's start knocking these out. Text. That. Red. Literally, I can't go. Oh, 72. There you go. Red. Okay. Let's start knocking these out. 3. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Okay. Turn off. View. Full screen. That does nothing. Can I zoom in? This is horrible. Like, can you hide this bar? View rulers, guidelines, status bar. Okay, the status bar is going. I want to get rid of this bar. Full screen. Whatever. Cool. Vote for which one of these four. No, you can't control scroll. You can't control scroll. You can't control scroll. F11. Nope. Wrong thing. On this one. F11. Yeah, it just brings this up. Okay, cool. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's do the voting. So we're gonna start knocking these out. Okay, round one. One is chain light clips. 2 is what is that? Functional valve wrench. 3 is FPV antenna. 4 is IKEA. What is it? IKEA clip. Cool. All right. You can hide the ribbon by clicking on the up here on the left of the help. Where? Up arrow. What up arrow? I don't see an up arrow. The top right. What question mark in the top right? An up arrow. Where is? Don't have it. Yeah. Delete system 32. Oh, okay. Okay. Alt F4. Okay. So I just Alt F4. You guys know what you're looking at. You guys know what you're looking at. It's these 4 right here. F11. Well, F11 doesn't make it any bigger. That's the thing. It just makes it. It's just instead of zooming in, it just does that. You're voting on this one, this one, this one, or this one. We need to eliminate 3 of these. looks like chain light clips is winning. Control scroll wheel. Yeah, but it only does like, it only moves in 15% increment or 50% increments because it's Microsoft and it's stupid. Okay, so what do we got? We got, which one won? Chain light clips and valve wrench. Ooh, that is so close. I'm gonna do a runoff. We got time. We got time. What time is it? Oh, we got an hour still. We're gonna do a runoff. We're doing a runoff because I can. There you go. Third pull, run off. 1, 2, go. One is winning with 100% of the vote. Okay, now it's changing. Oops. What are we at now? Okay, so one, yeah, one's winning. Okay. Yeah, it's winning by 20%. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Still trending up. Yep. Okay, so clips one. Clips one. Okay. Goodbye, 2. Bye, Felicia. Let me see here. Can I want to try and quench this in? Quench this in. You can move you over. Okay. Move you in. There we go. Okay. So now that, so don't confuse people, because that will confuse people, because people get confused. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That works. There we go. Okay, cool. I'm starting to think you're using a third-party paint and not Microsoft Paint that comes with Windows, or drastically different. This is Paint in Windows 11 because I haven't installed anything else. So, round 2. 1 is car visor clip. 2 is EBB canvas mount. 3 is desiccant container. And 4 is Stream Deck custom. Ask community. There you go. So one of these 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ignore this. Ignore this. Install GIMP. I don't know about you. Put a 1 in chat if you've tried to use GIMP once and realized the UI is horrendous and then you never actually did anything with it. Because I don't know about you, but every time I've tried GIMP over the last like 20 years, it's like, what the hell is this? And then I use something else. Yeah, 1. Yeah. Nobody actually uses GIMP. Pirate Photoshop. I use Canva. It's a web UI. That's like all my thumbnails are done with Canva on the internet. I don't even pay for it. I use the free version. It's good enough. Good enough for what I'm doing. I've heard good things about Affinity. Okay, it looks like desiccant containers 1. Okay. desiccant containers are the winner. So we have 4 here. It's like Jenga. Ah, dang it, I didn't make it. Okay, you can go there. There we go. You can go here. And you can go there. Okay, cool. Zoom in. Boom. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move over so I'm not blocking anything. Get rid of that stupid bar. Start a QA. Okay, so we have no, not a QA. I don't want to do a QA. Like, if you guys want to ask me anything, I may answer, but we'll see. Round 3. So 1 is Carl. 2 is Lazy Susan. 3 is dampeners for electronic device. And 4 is railroad bridge connector thing. Cool. Well, which one of these 4? Ignore the 3. Delete this because people will screw that up. So pick one of these that you like the most. Onshape for CAD design. I use Fusion. I've looked at Onshape. I use Fusion. I have no issues with Fusion. I don't do a ton of CAD, and I kind of already got my way of doing CAD that I just kind of do it. So. How'd your turtle do? It got knocked out in the first round, but it did honorably. I mean, you were going up against, I can't remember what you went up against. I think you went up against Small Voron. Okay, what do we got here? 4. Okay, yeah, so number 4 is winning, so there we go. Sorry, Timmit. I can't game the system and have admins win every round. Okay, so this is who we have going to the final. These 4. Or these 3. Delete. Delete. Why am I deleting? I can just bring it in. Boom. Done. Bring that up. Boom. Done. Boom. Done. Okay. That. So this is the final. 1, 2, 3. 3. There we go. Okay. No, I don't want to start a QA. Nobody does QAs. Start a poll. Winner. We got 1, which is one second here. My delete key fell off. That's not good. Chain of hoisting. 2 is 3 is... There you go. Those are your 3 options. Pick the winner of the functional category. Need to make a Voron and recycle PET. Well, if you're going to Rocky Mountain, you're gonna see a Voron built out of TPU. So, we'll give this a couple minutes here. Just let the numbers balance out. Well, Rocky Mountain Rep Fest, yeah. ABS or ASA, whatever one's good quality and you like the color of. Honestly, good ABS is as fine as good as ASA for Voron. You're not gonna notice any difference on your end. Ooh, I think we got a winner here. Let the clock close out for at, well, 4:15. I'll shut it down, but I think we got a winner. Ooh, another crypto bank going under. Awesome. Good to see. Okay, cool. Winner is number 2, Sucker of Moisture. Remover of the water. The desiccant. The desiccant container.
I don't have any information about that.
Okay, Google, thank you for the interruption. That is super weird when you suddenly hear a female. Okay. That is super weird because I have headphones in. So everything's kind of muffled, and then the Google starts talking for some reason. It's like, the unmoist maker. Yes. Charlie would not like this thing. Charlie does not like this. Wrong button. Ruined the joke. Okay. Is there a Voron festival I know of? No. It just Voron happens to show up at any Rep Fest, and we end up having like more machines than anyone else all of a sudden. So yeah, congratulations, Skydown. Everyone golf claps in chat for Skydown, winner of the functional category. So let me just do some ats in here to get this taken care of on a screen that I don't accidentally leak private info on. 1 second here. Winner of category. And then where is the moisture, the desiccant stuff? There we go. Winner of functional category. There we go. Cool. Okay, so those are the 2 winners. They're linked there. So you can go to the page on the Discord, the community challenge page, the March 2023 one. And if you want to see the winners, you can click these 2 things and it'll bring you up to them. So you should be able to, yeah. So congratulations to the 2 winners. You will both get not an email, a DM from me after the stream ends. I'm going to need some information from you. So I can send you the link so you can claim your Polymaker filament. And then also I will need your address so I can ship you the merch, because I'm doing that myself. It's out of my own pocket because that's just how it works. So I will need your information. So yeah, that was fun. So make sure you go through this channel, because I leave the contest channels up, so you can go back, look at previous challenges, get ideas for future projects. Next month, I need to figure out a category for next month. I'm thinking something fun, because it's April, and there's like, it's that month where we all make the jokes, or at least the first of the month is. So I'm thinking we might do something that related. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do need to charge a battery though. Unplug you, unplug you. Where are you, battery? There we go. And charge you too. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking meme prints. I'm thinking next April's category is going to be meme prints. Meme prints and funny prints. Best fail prints. I think we've already done that. So in the past, let's take a look at the previous cat. So they're not in order. So September goes down here. No, why'd you go to the voice channel? Uh-oh. You're not in the voice channel. Okay. So 1 second here. September, October. August. Okay, so our very first category was show off your printing setup. The August challenge was benchies. Yeah, this is only benchies. This was the only benchies, was August. September was time to fail. So September was print fails. October was dress ups. So it was like costumes and props. November was actually useful prints. What was that noise? What was that? Did you guys hear a noise? December was Christmas, winter, holiday themed. Oh, somebody bought some merch. Somebody bought some merch. Hey, thank you. I think that's what that ding is. January was, what was January's? Enhancing your hobby with 3D printing. February was 3D printing to the rescue. And then this one was small stuff. So yeah, I think next month we're gonna do meme prints. I think. So I think next month we're gonna do meme prints. So we have 40 minutes left on the clock. So so how you doing? Doing good? What's new in 3D printing? What's new in 3D printing? You sent an MP3. If you did, ping me again, like bump it. If you DM me, no offense, like I hope this doesn't sound. If you message me, if I'm not at a computer when I get the message, it gets buried, because I'll check it on the go on my phone, and then by the time I get home to I'll forget about it, and then it just gets buried. Useless prints. Well, that'll be meme prints. Like, yeah, I've got a print of old Muskie up there in diamond hands. Those are kind of useless. The obnoxiously loud sound of the Mark IV. Oh yeah, the super loud Mark IV. So if you want to, okay, so here, I'm gonna make this really easy. Ready? Watch this. So, do you want to know my thoughts on the Mark IV? You guys want to know my thoughts on the Mark IV? Watch this. I've prepared. Ready? 1 second here. Ready? 1 second here.
Cool, I'm recording now.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, ready? Okay, that's full screen. That's that. Let me mute that. Okay. and then I do this. Okay. Oh, hey, there's me. And then I hide myself. Okay. Then I hit play. Okay. Did my frame rate go to shit? No, we're still good. We're still good. Okay. So it's a bed flinger because it's an i3. It's an i3 Mark IV. If it wasn't a bed flinger, it wouldn't be an i3 Mark IV. It would be like an i4 Mark I, although the XL might be internally the i4, so it might be an i5 Mark I. Who knows? Either way, it's an upgraded Prusa Mark III, so it's the Mark IV. So it will be a bed flinger. It's still going to have the same volume. Now,
this guy knows what he's talking about. You should listen to him.
I thought and hypothesized that they might do for their upgrade. One of them was the segmented bed. They did not do that. From what I can tell, they are still using. What I can tell, they are still using the Mark 52 bed. From what I can tell, okay. So the bed itself is unchanged, okay. So yeah, so yesterday was the members only live stream. Every month we do a live stream for members of the channel. So if you're a member, a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, every month we do a live stream that's open to just you, and it lives behind closed doors because sometimes the topics get a little spicy. But yeah, so people wanted to know my thoughts on it. I figured people would ask me, so I just talked about the Mark IV for like half an hour, and I just recorded it. So the original idea was to make a video using that, because I've already got the talk, so I just put that out because people are gonna know my thoughts. But then somebody reached out to me and they're like, hey, I'm getting a Mark IV. Do you want to borrow it for like a day or two and unbox it? So I'm like, okay, I'll probably end up doing that instead of doing a video, because then I'll actually have a Mark IV. So I'm not going to speculate on a printer that I'll have my hands on in a couple days. So yeah. So I might put that up like unlisted and link it in the community page for those that kind of want to watch it just in case, but we'll see. Did a good renovation, but zero innovation. Dianos, I'm going to have to put a chart up of like, you're kind of wrong, not in all aspects, but you know, completely rewriting the input shaper code to work on STM32 hardware. That's kind of a big thing. I mean, Bamboo didn't do jack shit either. Like, they got a LiDAR that's not LiDAR. They got people that were gullible to give them free money on a Kickstarter that they didn't need to. I mean, it's a Core XY. That does the same thing my Voron does. That's not innovation. It's just cheap for what it is. That's all it is. Yeah. No innovation, but Bamboo is innovation. My brother in Christ, it's a Core XY with a loud fan. What? The AMS. I will say the AMS is actually the most innovative thing on this machine is what's on top of it. The AMS, in my opinion. LiDAR, yeah. It basically uses a laser and a camera to measure the width of the filament. It doesn't do, like, it's not using lasers to actually measure distance. Loud fan innovation. Yeah, there's a difference of cost when two things. One, fully made in China versus EU made, okay? And especially now the Mark IV will be fully, or the majority of it will be in-house EU made, because they're not outsourcing stuff, they're bringing stuff in. So there's that. And two, it'd be really nice if I had Daddy DJI venture capital funds so that I could sell my machine at a lower cost, so I can get more into the market to get people buying my machine so that they're in my ecosystem before I increase prices. Because, you know, remember, they had all the tooling and machines built to build this machine and have this machine functional before they launched the Kickstarter. It's a lot easier when you start with a pile of money in a country where you can manufacture stuff dirt cheap. But yeah, honestly, the best part of the Bamboo is the AMS, in my opinion. The AMS system is the innovation with the Bamboo machine. And it's a cheap machine. For what you get, it's a cheap machine. What's going to happen with 3D printing if we go to World War III with China? Doesn't matter. You're going to be learning how to make arrowheads out of obsidian again. Using the nozzle on the bed is something the Mark IV. Yeah, and Creality did it before, and we do it on the Vorons, and nozzle probes are not nothing new. And technically, Bamboo doesn't use a nozzle probe. They probe with the nozzle. The sensors are in the bed. There's no strain gauge in the tool head in a Bamboo. They have sensors in the bed, which are super susceptible if your wire moves. That's why I had to take mine in place. Yeah, the E3D Obsidian is... Hey, you can buy an Obsidian now. They're shipping. I watched some videos on Flint. Yeah, everyone start watching... what's that YouTube channel? That does all the primitive technology. Yeah, Bruce's Slicer Alpha 6 is out with a Clipper support. That is true. They're either shipping or they're shipping like next week. Like they've announced a ship date for them. Let me pull it up. Also, like I've talked about this on Twitter, and like even more info has come up from people responding. For people who think the Mark IV is like a response to the Bamboo, the Mark IV has been a fully assembled functional machine for over a year. They have over 100 of them in the Prusa print farm that have been running for over a year, and people have been beta testing them since 2021. Even the buddy board, if you look at the buddy board, which is the controller in the Mark IV, that's from 2021. So they've been working on it for 2 years at least. So it's been a thing since well before, you know, that launched. So no, it's not a sudden reaction to printers on the market coming up, or, you know, people on YouTube making clickbait videos claiming that they need to make the printer they want and they know better than a company. So it's just, oh, hey, we wanted to wait till our machine and our supply chain was in place so that we didn't run into supply chain issues, and it was thoroughly tested before we put out the door. Oh no, so evil. And Prusa giving up on proper open source. Open source with hardware is a fickle beast. Open source with hardware is a fickle beast. Like, you don't see, like, name a company that gives away their software for free, but also sells the software and relies on selling the software to keep in business. Like, the thing is, a lot of open source licenses are based on software licenses. So that would be the same as, you know, DaVinci Resolve, right? DaVinci, Blackmagic selling, you can go and buy DaVinci Resolve at its full price. But then they also have a link you can click where you can download it for free. Okay? That doesn't exist in software. Yeah, there's free versions and paid versions, and yeah, there's some companies that offer, like, you can donate for free. But there's no, that doesn't exist. But on 3D printers, you can buy a full Prusa from Prusa, or you can literally take everything for it, the design, the CAD, everything, and make one yourself. Or, you know, Physec can just make an exact one-to-one clone and sell it for several hundred less. Like Linux distros. So you can buy a full Linux distro with full support and also get it for free. Because I know Linux are free. Windows is free. Yeah, Windows is free, but they also have, you know, they don't care anymore because they're making money off your data. Like, you need to make money. Like, as a business, especially a hardware business where you're selling a physical thing, you have to make money to justify the business. Red Hat. Yeah, but I'm sure they're making enough money in other places to offset that. And again, software is not hardware, and the problem is a lot of software, our open source licenses are more centered on software, and they don't really apply the same to hardware. So. Mark IV made me want to print parts in ASA when I released Mark IV parts, but I think in Mark III now they've been in 40C temp too long. Yeah, you might want to replace them in ASA or ABS. Support and longer support. So Ludwig, you can get full support. You can get everything that the paid version of Red Hat Linux does for free, including all the support, and never have to pay them. So then why do people pay? I don't know what filament they used in the Mark IV. Support is not free. Okay, so they're still charging for something. Okay, so that's where they're making their money. They're making their money on the support contracts. Okay, so that would be the same as saying, okay, I bought a like I bought a Physek Prusa. I just can't get official support from Prusa. Like that, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I really don't have any. I'm not an open source. I don't make open source stuff. I'm part of Voron team, but that's different. Like I'm a YouTuber. So I really can't speak fully on the topic, and I don't have all the knowledge I would need to fully be educated on the topic to speak on it with any authority. But I do think the open source licenses for hardware should probably be more in line for the realities of open sourcing hardware than exists right now. So. Mark 3.5, 3.9, or 4 is an upgrade. I think it depends on your use case. Like, here's the thing. If you have a Mark 3 that you've already upgraded with, say, like a new tool head, then like what, the 3.5 where you just get the new electronics is probably a decent option. So. Going the full upgrade path, well, you pretty much replaced the entire printer and you got enough left over to build a bear mod after. Yeah, if you had a Prusa that you already did like a Revo and like a better extruder, you put like a Bondtech extruder on it or something, then yeah, 3.5 upgrade probably makes a decent amount of sense. Mark IV upgrade. That's the thing. Like, I have a Mark III. I'm not gonna, like, it's printing right now. I might not. I think I'm just gonna leave it stock. Like, it prints just fine. It's just slow. I could probably build a Voron with how much I've spent in upgrades on an Ender. Yeah, cheap printers are a sunk cost fallacy waiting to happen. Buy a new Mark IV and keep the Mark III as backup. I know, I totally need a Mark III as backup in case my Bamboo X1 carbon goes down, my Bamboo P1P goes down, my Voron V2.4 R2 goes down, my Voron V2.4 R2 goes down, my Trident goes down, my V1.8, my V2.4 R1, 1, 2, 3 V0s, the Micron, a Salad Fork, a Bonsai, another V0, my 3 resin printers, and then all the V-wheel bed flingers in the other room, along with a V400. So if all those go down, I'll have the Mark III S Plus. What do you think of the anti-VFA motors? That's marketing. I wouldn't say they're anti-VFA. I would say they reduce it to a point that it's extremely hard to see. Oh, and the rat rig. The rat rig's not done yet. Hardware-wise, the rat rig's done. Firmware-wise, we're doing that on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Oh, yeah, the Savals. I grouped them with the V-wheel bed flingers, but they're not V-wheel bed flingers. Speaking of, I don't know if Saval's going to see this. They reached out to me. They're coming out with a new printer, and I'm not taking it. You know what type of printer I don't review, because I don't think there's anything special to them, and it's not worth showing off. Well, you're doing good, Saval. Keep going forward. We'll take that step back. I wouldn't say it's a full-on Ender 3 clone because it does have some nice stuff in it, but mechanically, she's on the V-wheel again. Inkjet printers, that'd be cool. Way out of my budget though. What am I gonna do for dinner tonight? I'm hungry. Everything's stuck in V-wheel because they're dirt cheap and they work until they don't. A Maki full color printer? Oh, I wish. Oven 360. I have an oven. Actually, I don't think it's an oven 360, but it's the same type of pizza in the oven or in the freezer. I might make that. Got the printer on top of Toasty. There is no. Are you talking? That's not Toasty. Toasty's down there, and there's no printer on top of it. There's a bonsai next to it. From Timmy's. Oh, F that. Timmy's. Fuck Timmy's. We did the Timmy's pizza. The cardboard box had more flavor. Nah, dog. Nah. Any kind of buffer system? I did not. My buffer was just having enough space for the filament to hang behind it, and then I ended up retiring it because here's the problem with the ERCFA. I couldn't hit the right button for the right camera. I couldn't really justify it. With my use case, I don't do a lot of multicolor prints, okay? And so I put it on my Switchwire, which was my open air PLA printer at the time. But I figured if I'm gonna do multicolor, it's gonna be PLA, right? Because if I'm gonna print a knickknack that sits on a shelf, it's gonna be PLA, right? Well, I never used it. I just never used it. But the AMS I actually use because it does ABS because it's enclosed. The machine is enclosed. So I find myself doing enclosed filaments with it more, and I couldn't justify keeping it out, so I retired the Switchwire. Well, I didn't retire, I put them in the other room, but I moved the Switchwire and the AMS or the ERCFA to the other room, and I put the P1P there. So the P1P now, I'll show you the setup with it, and it works quite good. If you have a P1P at home, do this. But basically the P1P, I have a rep box above it. So I put a Bowden tube on it. So I took the regular Bowden tube, I unhooked it. I still leave it clipped up to support the wire though. I just put a Bowden tube that just feeds up, and I feed it directly from the rep box. So when I want to print with whatever filament, I just stick it in and I print, and that's it. And no, I didn't do the stupid meme thing and put it in a giant PLA enclosure like some people are doing, which people freak at people. Because on my video on how to print ABS, I'm like, oh, just put it in a cardboard box. And people are like, no, don't do that. You'll burn your house down, da 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 da. And then everyone and their mother is taking a Bamboo Lab P1P and putting it in a 3D printed companion cube enclosure or other PLA enclosure. And oh, that's cool. Hypocrites. Y'all hypocrites. Would you use the ERCFA more if it was more reliable? I never had reliability. The ERCFA itself functioned near 100% with me. My issue with it was I didn't have a buffer system. And then I just didn't have it on an enclosed printer, and I didn't feel like changing any of my enclosed printers to be compatible with it. I have room limitations. So yeah, I pretty much, it just didn't suit my use case, so. I kind of plan on using my ERCFA like a filament library. That's what I ended up using mine. I had the rep box above. I had 6 spools in it of common PLA colors that I used, and I just used the ERCFA to pick the color. So that's pretty much what I used it for most of the time, honestly. How's this guy coming along? Good. Yeah, the carrot patch. The thing is, I don't have room. Like, wrong button. Like, the P1P is where I had it. The wall's right there. I didn't have room for the switch wire, and the switch wire was bigger, so it was on an angle, right? So I just didn't have the room for it. So, and somehow I have to fit a V-Core in here somewhere, a Prusa XL at some point. Honestly, the Prusa XL is probably going to take over for the Trident. I'm probably going to move the Trident somewhere else and put the XL there. If it fits on the desk, I hope it fits on the desk. It should fit on the desk. It better fit on the desk. How big is a Prusa XL depth-wise? Fuck. Printer dimensions. I'm assuming that's XYZ. 32 inches deep. So that's 32 inches deep. 32 inches deep. Fuck. XL Mini when? Gonna need a bigger benchy. It's a 360 cube printer. So here's the thing, if you look at it, so it's big. So that V2 is 350 by 350, okay, on the XY, or that Trident, I mean. So this is the same, this bed is 10 millimeters bigger, but the machine itself is like, it has a full backpack on the back. So yeah, is a big boy. Prusa L. No, it's XL Mini for the memes. Or it would be the Mini Large. What's the speed difference on something like the one with the ABS versus bed slinger? Marginal. Here's the thing. We have shown on this channel, on live streams, you could slap Clipper on an SV06 and move it as fast as a Bamboo. Moving a printer fast is nothing special. Printing reliably at speed, that's the key. With a bed flinger, the issue you have is your bed is a moving mass. Now, I don't know about you, okay? But let's take a little look here, okay? Is that as much camera? Oh, I'm hitting. Knock you over. You're gonna go over there. Okay, so we're gonna go for a little walk. So we can do this. So you got your Mark 52 PCB bed. You got your spring steel flex plate, and you got a little gantry underneath there, right? Aluminum gantry. So that's got some weight to it. Okay. So on this guy, how heavy do you think this tool head is? Plus a 350 millimeter long extrusion, or correction, a 400 millimeter long extrusion, plus a 400 millimeter long hardened steel MGN12 rail is. Plus you got your XY joints, plus the rails attached to your XY joints. Plus the titanium backer, plus the wiring. I don't know about you, but this is still a lot of mass moving back and forth. It's still a bunch of weight movement. Now, the advantage of that moving mass is it's consistent. The bed on a printer gets heavier as you print, okay? But when you don't pull a Creality and build a 500 by 500 bed flinger, and you keep it to a reasonable size, you can move the bed quite fast. So there's that. It's easier to control a Core XY at speed because it's more predictable, but you could still push a bed flinger decent. The speed print video, let me pull it up here. Where's the Prusa site? Blog. Is it? Yeah. So this is a 20-minute bench sheet, okay? This is a 20-minute bench sheet. This is 200 millimeters a second at 8K XL, okay? And this is me not there. There I am. Hi. So this is 200 millimeters a second at 8K XL. That's not bad. That ain't bad. Like, yeah, the Bamboo advertises 20K XL. it doesn't do 20K XL. The default profile maxes out at 10K. So it's 2,000 acceleration slower than a Bamboo. You do have less XY volume than a Bamboo. It's not enclosed like a Bamboo. You don't need to buy earmuffs unlike a Bamboo. And you know, it doesn't phone home to wherever the cloud data goes. And you can update it without having to connect to a network. And you can air gap it, and you have more control over it, and you can mod it easier, and you can see what the firmware is actually doing, and you can change settings on it and adjust things and tweak stuff. It depends on what type of person you are, what you're looking to get out of your printer, and what you need to use the printer for. That tells you what printer you're buying. For some people, a Mark IV makes more sense. For others, a Bamboo makes more sense. If you are a person who says no, you should never buy a Mark IV, you're a fool, okay? Like you're so full of yourself, you don't know what you're saying. Otherwise, you know, why don't we all just drive the same car? No, options are good. It's good to have options. And for some people, a printer like this makes more sense than a printer like that. Steve's here. Everyone say hi, Steve. So. So it's on the Prusa enclosure with Mark IV. If you need it, get it. You want it? Okay, here's the thing. The advantage of having the enclosure be separate from the printer is noise. Okay, you don't have like vibrations traveling through. So like something like a Voron or the Bamboo, where the enclosure is part of the printer, you get, you know, resonance. It's a thing. The Prusa enclosure is like separate, isn't it? It just sits around the printer or attaches to it, but it's not like part of the frame of the printer. So it's quieter. The Prusa enclosure is not for me and you. The Prusa enclosure is aimed at businesses and education. Why do you think it has a key on it? Why do you think it has a lock on it? It's education and business is really what the Prusa enclosure is for. Me and you at home are doing lax cabinets or DIYing something because it's a hell of a lot cheaper and it makes a heck of a lot more sense. But if you're a school or a business, the Prusa enclosure makes a heck of a lot of sense. Steve Herdo's moving the Trident. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'm hoping to redo this whole area the next like little while. It's starting to get nice, so I can start working in the garage. Time is it? Got 10 minutes. Who is messaging me? Oh. Cool. What about kids? Well, if you have kids, then yeah, it makes a bit more sense there. But I don't know. I just keep my kid out of the printer room. And then Wobble X on Mirage Caesar. I've never had a major issue with wobbly X's. Like I know that the stuff he shows off does show an improvement, but like I've you know, I'm trying to find something tall that I printed on. Like, no, these are all belted. Do I have anything tall that was printed on a printer with a lead screw? Okay, you want to know what you do? Build a printer with a belted Z-axis instead of lead screws. Then you don't got to worry about all that shit. Lead screw or belt doesn't wobble. Yeah, that's yeah. There you go. Instead of like doing all that the engineering, just do a belted Z. It's faster. No wobbles. But yeah, I have watched his video. It's just I've never really had issues with wobbles. Oh, the Trident. I haven't printed anything tall on the Trident because it's only 250. Does not work for a large heavy bed? Yeah, it does. You can move a heavy bed with a belted Z. No problem. How heavy is your bed? How big is your printer? If your printer is so massive, ball screws probably make a lot more sense. 500 by 500 by 500. If you're doing a 500 by 500 by 500 moving bed, why are you making the bed move and not the gantry? The gantry is a lot simpler to move at that size. I know VCore does it, but still, that's a lot of weight you're moving around. Martin K, thank you for coming a member. 12 millimeters, 525 by 25. JFC, that's big. That's a lot of weight you're chucking around. That is a lot of weight. Here's the thing with belts. Belt stretch is a thing, but it doesn't change. It once it's stretched for the most part, as long as you use good belts. That is, I don't know. Like, I use my VCore for a bench. That's what I use my VCore for. You know, I just sit on it. I put my feet up. Just kind of hang out. There's my feet. Right there. They're there. 9mm on the VCore. Yeah, it uses 9mm for the X and Y. It was funny. I was actually on the phone on like, when was it? Like, I can't remember when it was. The other night, I'm on the phone helping Buddy with sorting out printer issues. And I'm literally just sitting here, sitting on the VCore on the phone, just talking for like half an hour. Do I turn it on for the massage function? I don't know. We could plug it in though for noise function. What about the Core XY K3 variant with independent XY gantry? What? Are you talking about the stock K3? Because that's Cross XY or whatever the heck it's called, Crow XY. As for if they have a Core XY doubled up, I don't know. It's like the all-wheel drive V-Core or VZ bot. I don't do speed benchies. I got boards. I print decently fast, but like I've never had the need to print faster than I print now, and I've never had issues with torque. So doubling up motors on a Core XY, I've never like I understand why some people do it, but I'm like that's okay. You do you. 500. How big is 500mm in inches? 500mm in inches. That's 20 inches roughly. So then what's like 24? Ooh. Yeah, that's like, yeah, if I was doing a printer that big, flying gantry, man. Because that's 20 inches. So that's a bed that's this big by this big. That's a big bed. Yeah, it's 2 feet. 2 feet. This is 24 inches. You got this by this. Do a flying gantry. Why don't you do a flying gantry? Just return to the origins of Voron and just build a V24. Just go back in time and just talk to RCF when he built the one that only exists, and see if he'll build you one. Yeah, that's the V24. The V24 is that size. It's also slow. It's also very slow. But I mean, you would be too if you're running on a ramps. Which, by the way, for those curious, May 2017. V24 was the thing. Dual volcanoes.
don't know if there's any other videos of the V24 on the channel. I think that's the only one, yeah. Dr. D-Float's massive. Yeah. That thing's overkill. Yeah, 2017. Yeah. Yeah. Half the size of Ivan's. Wonder how Ivan's is working. I was watching some of the stuff, like I'm hoping it was camera angles, but I was watching some of his belt runs and they didn't look the straightest. So like, I'm hoping it was just camera angles being fucky, but. Do you use backers? I have backers on one of my machines. Other than that, no. Only the Trident has backers. Everything else doesn't. Okay, we got like 2 minutes before the giveaway. So we're gonna be giving away a spool of filament at the end of the stream. Link in the description. So make sure you enter, because we're gonna be doing the giveaway in like 2 minutes at 5 o'clock Eastern. The warping shattered his bed. Oof. Yeah, it's not enclosed, is it? It's open air. Maybe it's because of massive shrinking at that scale. Yeah. Yeah. You need like heaters inside that printer. You need it hot in there so that everything stays hot until you finally cool it down all at once. Do you have to comment to win the giveaway? No, but it helps the algorithm. You know what? Here's the thing. If you are a lurker, when somebody is nice and gifts memberships like somebody's about to do right now, I want to put the wrong eye. If you are active in chat, you have a better chance of getting memberships when somebody gifts memberships. So if you just lurk, the odds of you getting a gifted membership is less. Hard to be active when working. How's this coming along? That's coming along. See, John Stern gifted 1 community membership. And that went to Jeremy, who has been active in chat all day. Right, Jeremy? You've been totally active. At Jeremy. I don't think he's been active. Oh, the mic stand? Oh, it's right here. I printed 2. I printed one in ABS on the bamboo, and it looks like poop. The overhang, it completely shit the bed on. So I printed one on the Prusa in the last of my transitional blue-green silk. Thomas gifted a community membership, and Eric gifted a community membership. Cheers. Still doing the Saturday? Yeah. Yeah, the Saturday stream's still on. So what I do is I take my DJI lav and I put that in there, and then I need to get a new mic stand or mic thing because my kid took a chunk out of it. I do that, and look, I got a mic. Hello there. So yeah, so now it's all fancy and color. Although this is probably, I probably should not have done this because I want to change the design a bit, make it a little bit longer, get rid of this on the bottom. I don't like that. 300 is, yeah, 300 is like 250 to 300 is like what I think is the average size of printer a person needs. Anything beyond that, you really need to justify it, in my opinion. Yeah, I already talked about the video. Like the easiest way to get rid of wobble is just go to a belted Z. Belted Z, no wobble. Belts don't wobble. I'm sure there's situations they do, but just go to belted Z. Easy peasy. It's faster, it's quieter, cheaper. It can be cheaper, especially if you don't have to go do all kinds of custom stuff to avoid wobbles. Also, you need to really make sure your Z rods and the things and whatever your bed is riding on or whatever is moving in the Z is also on a properly constrained motion system. Like if you got really sloppy bearings and bushings, you're just making it worse. Go big or go home. Here's the thing. My very first printer I started with was a Monoprice Select Mini, 120 millimeters cubed. Okay. The next printer I got was I built a Voron. I built a 300 by 300 by 400 millimeter Z Voron V 1.5. The printer I built after that printer, and the printer I still use the most to this day, is my 250 Voron V2. So. Everyone builds a big printer once, and then they realize what they did and go back to a smaller printer. So speaking of smaller printer, can I get a number between 0 and 4? Because, I don't know, it's Mark 4, I guess. I don't know, 0 and 4. Give me a number between 0 and 4. 2. 1, 2. Shuffle away. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, the computer already knows. And the winner will get an email from me tonight, probably after I make dinner, about how to collect your spool of filament. Congratulations, Daniel. Pull up your information here. Right. Oh, no. Where'd you go, Daniel? There'd you go. 1 of 1. That's what I like to see. Congratulations, Daniel. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends on how to collect your filament. Okay. So we're going to call it there, I think, because I am getting hungry. When this print finishes, I'll post some pictures on Twitter. So yeah, that was fun. Every month we do these, so make sure you go join the Discord. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, links in the description as well. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we gave away to Daniel, along with the 2 spools that we gave out to the 2 winners from the contest. Also, make sure you check out the Only Benchy store, link in the description, or type ! merch in chat, because the winners got some stuff from that too. For those that donated to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. Tomorrow is configuration stuff on the V0, so we should get that moving, hopefully. And then next Tuesday is configuration stuff with the V-Core. We'll try out Rat OS. And then hopefully next week there will be another stream. I don't know exactly when, but hopefully there will be another stream because Prusa Mark 4. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.